Oh my, I think I'm gonna love this series. Oh yes, after this episode, this is what I like to see, a mature mafia series, and also a different type of revenge story. I like this. I really like this, so far. 91 Days, episode 2. Oh yes, definitely such a great continuation to the first episode. So, the end of the episode, that was quite the twist. So, the main character, family was completely murdered and all that. Now we know he wants vengeance. He wants to get revenge on the people that killed his family. Now, the big shocker is that the person that killed his family, and that one person that was a part of it, was the very dude that looked like he was trying to work with in this episode. And he turns around and shoots the man. Just shoots the man point blank and kills him. Savage as fuck. That was so savage what he did to that man. And then he uttered out the words of what, why he's doing this. And then you hear a gunshot, and then the ending song plays. I'm like, bro. That's just like, yo. So, this episode, it had everything I liked about from the first episode. Like, you remember how I said I love the first episode? I love the atmosphere, to the setting, the Prohibition era. I just love the setting of this series. And that's what interested me to want to continue watching it. And I'm glad in this second episode, it didn't turn into some form of episodic garbage. It actually continued the plot, and it get carried over with the characterization and the story it had with the first episode, and it made something very good with this episode. Like, this episode was on point, especially when it came to a lot of the reveals to the plot twists and stuff like that. Even the scenes to when there was a lot of violence. Like, I love the gunfighting scene. Like, when you just see our MC starting to fire a gun and he goes after Fongo. Now, I love that scene. It wasn't the best animated scene of this, season, but I just love the scene. I love the sound effects of that. I think that's what really won me over, was the sound effects of the gunshots going back and forth when they were firing their guns, and you just hear the sound effects of, different things and how the voice actors were done. It just made the scene just so more impactful. So, I have to give props to the production team on the sound effects when it came to that scene. It was just definitely on point. Now, moving past that, however, the ending scene after the ending song. Yes, there is a scene after the ending song. So, if you've yet to actually watch it, I recommend you stop this video and go watch it. There is a scene after the ending song. So, the scene shows our MC talking with everybody back at, the mafia he plays, and saying, like, oh, this is what happened. He's telling a fake story, what happened, why he shot that person, like how he was supposed to kill the person. He was kind of making a fake story of how, he didn't commit the murder. And when he got there, the person that should have been dead actually wasn't dead, and apparently got up and was walking around or something, because he wasn't on the ground anymore. So the big thing here is that we're left with a cliffhanger where MC has a gun right at the back. Like, he has a gun right at his back, and he could easily die. Now, to be honest here, I highly doubt our MC will die. I really doubt that. But, I mean, something bad could happen. I mean, maybe he could lose something, a limb or something. That is a possibility. I have no idea. But overall, the episode structure, I love the direction it's taking. I love how the second episode, it kind of focused in on this revenge plot. It's just definitely a good continuation. So yeah, episode 2 of 91 Days. Definitely living up to the hype and living up to my expectations. It succeeded my expectations I had of the series. To be honest, it did. It definitely succeeded my expectations. I didn't think the series would be as good in the second episode, because honestly, I've seen a couple of series that are very similar to this, and they usually go off track or they go into episodic routes, and just becomes very boring. You're wasting the potential you have here, and I'm glad this series isn't. It's keeping true to the Mafia theme, and then, the Prohibition era. It's just keeping very true to that, and it makes me happy to see. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you all feel about this week's episode of 91 Days? I mean, overall, I think the episode, it had some very good stuff. I mean, to the sound effects, to the fighting, the gunfighting. I love the beginning scene, too, especially that car ride when they're having to hide their vehicle behind the brush and stuff. That was a really cool scene. It was something like out of a horror movie. And when you saw them, like, hiding under, the vehicle, and the man grabbed the vehicle to get out, that was such a good scene, too. I really liked the execution on that scene. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.